We're coming down off of a fairly violent but fast little thunderstorm moving through, and on this Saturday before Easter. And I'm still continuing from my last video about magazine pouches. And what I'm working on now is finding the one perfect, most bestest magazine pouch across all magazines. And when I say all magazines, obviously I mean all magazines that I shoot. So, you know, your results may vary, but I have rifles and everything from the 22 to the 223 or 5.56 up to the 308 or 7.62 NATO. And it would be good to have a magazine pouch in abundance that all of these magazines will fit into fairly well and work out of fairly well. So on this rainy Saturday, I'm pulling out my magazine pouches and some other pouches, some GP pouches, to see which one would work best across all these platforms. So the criteria is fairly simple. The standard for a magazine pouch for a 5.56 is 3. Most magazine pouches, unless they're flat, are going to carry 3. There's some 2 mag pouches out there, but 3 is the standard, and the standard is 3. There is no standard for 1022 pouches because, by and large, there are no 1022 pouches. I wish somebody would out there would start producing specific, you know, the BX25, which I think we've had it for a few years, and I think everybody loves it, is the standard. So I wish somebody would really look at some serious pouches dedicated to it. But that's okay. That's what I'm here for. I have these rubber covers, and there's Birdie. Everybody that asked about Birdie, here she is right here. She's making an appearance. Thank you, Birdie. So I have these rubber covers. I think I got them off Amazon or at some gun store. I don't remember. And they're made for the 1022. Their usefulness is suspect, but I have them. So we're gonna include them in the testing. So we'll look at pouches that work with the BX25 by themselves and those that work with the rubber cover over. And then I'm sorry, we're going to look at both the metal and the PMag. Those are the 2 standard 5.56 magazines. And then we're going to look at the PMag 20 round 7.62 or 308 magazine. And again, this is because this is what I shoot. You may have something out there different and you want to find a magazine pouch that spans your particular repertoire of rifle magazines, and that's cool. I would love to see that. But we're going to look at pouches, and let's start out with non-standard pouches, pouches that really weren't made to be magazine pouches, GP pouches. All right, first of all, we have my precious, my beloved. If you're one of my 5 faithful, you know that I love the modern MOLLE canteen / GP pouch. If you don't have some of these in your kit, you're messing up, because these are just wonderful pouches. They'll do a lot of things. And yes, they will carry M16 or M4 pouches or magazines really well. But will they carry the other magazine? Let's find out. Now, as I said, they carry the M4 magazine really well, and here you see I've got 2 metal magazines sandwiched inside 3 PMag magazines, and that's a nice fit. I did tighten up the barrel locks on both sides, which is a nice thing. Although when I first started collecting these pouches, I cut these off because I just didn't see a use for them. But I'm coming around. I'm getting smarter as I age. So that carries really well. There's no arguing that the canteen pouch is really good. And you know, this harkens back to the old Mac v SOG days of Vietnam. No, I'm not old enough to know that, but I do read. And in Mac v SOG, they would often carry 30 magazines on their body not counting what they're carrying inside their pack, and they would carry them inside the old canteen pouches. And it was a combination of Birdie just knocked something over, and it was a combination of 20 round and 30 round magazines. Back in those days, it was hard to get the 30 round mags, but they would stick. I think they said 5, just like this, inside the old canteen pouches and carry them. 4 of the BX-25, the Ruger 10-22 magazines will fit in here. It's not a really good fit because there's so much more room this way. I mean, they'll work. They'll certainly work in a pinch, but it's not just a beautiful match made in heaven. 2 of the 308P mags will fit in here fine. A lot of room left over. I feel like 3 would be pushing out too far, and if you turned them this way, the same way that you turn the AR-15 mags or the M4 mags, it gets really fat. Although you could get 3 in there, but it really pushes out quite a bit. And you say, well, why don't you try it with 3? Well, I just got my AR-10, and I've only got 2 magazines so far, so get off me, okay? I'm working with what I've got. This also MOLLE canteen pouch, GP pouch. I did a review on it recently. It's okay. It's got this gusset, this tight gusset at the top, which really restricts a lot of usefulness out of this thing. It'll hold 3 of the AR mags, but not very well. A lot of room at the bottom, real choke point here at the top. And as I said in the video about the review of this pouch, I'm still trying to think of a way to get in there and cut this band, this elastic band, and just make it more useful. I feel like that's a real problem. Unlike the barrel lock of the other MOLLE canteen pouch, where you can adjust it, there's no adjusting here. It's just tightened up with that elastic band there. So not really great for the AR mags. Really the same thing for the 10-22 mags. The bad part here is that the mags go so far down, they would be really hard to pull out quickly. Yeah, I mean, if you just needed a way to store extra mags on a pack or something like that, it would be okay. But this isn't something you would want to have as your first tier go-to magazine pouch. And the same thing with the 308 mags. I mean, you can carry 2 of them in there, but a lot of room left over once you get past that neck, and they fit so deep in there that they just don't pull out really easily. All right, now let's look at this blast from the past. This is the old Alice magazine pouch. Now it may look a little different because I've pulled the 2 grenade holders off just to make it more streamlined, because I just can't get a hold of grenades these days, and so I don't have any use for them. Now we know that the metal mags are going to work great out of this thing, but what about the P mags? You know what? They work pretty darn good too. This is a very generous top flap, and there's plenty of room to accommodate these larger P-mag bases. And yeah, these work great for P-mags. And you know, you can get these things at surplus stores for really cheap. I think the last time I looked, they were $4 or $5 a piece all day long, still in good shape. And you don't have to use the Alice clips. You can buy the Tactical Tailor Malice clips and make it work just fine. But if you do get the Malice light, the fight lights, they have a little curvy, snaky kind of thing to them that'll fit better inside these Alice clip shaped or width slices here. I was surprised at how well the 10-22 mags fit. It holds 3 just fine. Once again, it's a very generous top flap on this thing. It was well designed, and it holds it just fine. I mean, there's a good bit of room in there, but 3's all we're going to get. but it holds it just fine. Not unhappy with that at all. And I covered this in an earlier video. Two 20-round PMags in 308 work just great inside an old Alice mag pouch. Just great. So, you know, we're finding out that the Alice mag pouch is very versatile and really something worth looking at. Now, this is the Eagle Industries single mag pouch. And, don't take it from me. There's the writing right there. But I found that if you're using the old metal mags, you can get 3 in there, not a problem. Not a problem. I'm sorry, 2 in there, not a problem, not 3. But you can definitely get 2 in there without any problem. Same can't be said for the PMag. You almost can get 2 in there. As a matter of fact, you can get 2 in there, but because of the ribs on the PMag, you're not going to get that bad boy out anytime soon. So, for all intents and purposes, this is a single mag pouch for the PMag. And that's kind of a shame. That's kind of a waste, in my opinion. One really nice surprise is how well 2 of the 1022 Ruger mags fit in there. I mean, I really like that. They fit in there very, very well. Nice, nice, nice. And one 308 PMag will fit in here fine. Little tough to get out. Matter of fact, one-handed, I'm having a hard time getting it out. But if this thing was attached to your gear, yeah, you wouldn't have any problem jerking it out. That works just fine. And now we come to the star of the show. This is the magazine pouch, which can do it all. This is the Tactical Tailor 3-mag M4 pouch. It comes with this really nice grab handle, if you will, to pull the Velcro flap off. And it also comes with this barrel lock and shock cord so that you can tighten it up. And that may be part of the really neat ability to take any mag. So starting off, yes, it'll take 3 of the regular metal M4 pouch magazines just great. And of course you can see the Tactical Tailor logo there. And this comes in I know it comes in coyote and green. I've got those 2. I'm not sure if it comes in multicam or not, but definitely comes in those 2 colors. So it also will take 3 PMags. Now I put them in you know, top bottom, but you can get them all in one way or the other. I wouldn't put the base in first for all 3 of them, but you can put the base in last for all 3 of them. But this holds it best. It's a kind of a tight fit, but it definitely will hold them. Nice sound feel there. And the Tactical Tailor will hold 2 of the BX25 Ruger 1022 magazines, and you can even put these guys on if you want to, and it'll hold them. And what I did here is I tightened up on the barrel lock on the shock cord to tighten it up a little bit, because there is some play in here. It won't hold 3 very well, but it'll definitely hold 2. And finally, it'll hold 2 of the 308 mags really well. Nice fit. So in conclusion, to my mind and in my experience, the best all-around magazine pouch is going to be this Tactical Tailor 3-mag pouch. Don't really see any nomenclature on it, just the Tactical Tailor logo. And also you can usually recognize Tactical Tailor by this kind of rubberized interior. But it's MOLLE. It's very generous MOLLE, by the way. Of course, it doesn't include its own MOLLE straps. You have to use the Tactical Tailor attachments. And it comes with a barrel lock and the shock cord so that you can adjust it. Unfortunately, it is Velcro, not one of my favorite things, but I really do like this grab handle for pulling the magazine pouch open. I just think it is hands down the best way to go across all these platforms. And I've only got 4 of these, so I'm going to have to start looking for some more at the surplus store and picking them up as I can. But you know, I also want to really stress how good the old Alice magazine pouch is. I mean, you can definitely see the lineage here. And if you're on a budget, or maybe you don't have the wherewithal to find this kind of pouch in surplus, or if maybe you still got some of these knocking around, you're an old fart like me and you've still got some of these guys, consider the Alice pouch. It works across all the platforms, and it's certainly cheap, and it's pretty much bulletproof. Hey, thanks for watching. Have a good Easter.